Poor Christy's sitting there listening to us chit chat. Okay, so it is September 24th, and it's our weekly team call we're doing on Thursday because I was sick on Tuesday. So I appreciate those of you that are able to get on. I didn't expect a lot of people to get on because I know we changed the date, and that always throws people for a loop. So thank you for those that were able to. And today we're really just going to kind of talk in and focus on getting back to the basics. I've been doing a lot of work looking through our downline and seeing where everybody's at, and it really looks like everybody's kind of hit this point where they hit a standstill and they're not sure where to go next, or they've regressed back, lost their emerald rank or their diamond rank. And I've had even a few messages from people that are like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start now. I was here, and now what? I want to get back at it. So we're just going to kind of go over that a little bit today. It's going to be a short call because there's going to be a lot of calls to action in this that I want you guys to spend what we would normally be talking actually doing. So, so basically, what do you do when you've been working or you're a new coach and you find yourself at a standstill? So what do you do? And one of the things, Molly and I have both been sharing stuff in the page that will be very helpful for that. And you'll see a lot of our shares over the next few weeks will be helpful pieces of information that you might be able to apply to what you're doing to help yourself move forward. Not everything will be for you. And that's, I posted that form yesterday. Some people might fall in love with that, and it's just what they need to keep them on task, and it might not be somebody else's cup of tea, and that's fine. So we'll be sharing lots of different stuff that we find to help us get back on track. So where do you start? And this is like Beachbody 101, in my opinion, your contact list. A lot of you probably already have a contact list that you've been working off of because you've been doing this for a while, but you have neglected it since you kind of regressed a little bit. So pull it out, dust it off, and add to it. Go back through the people that are on it, find out, where you're at with each of those relationships, and add new people to your contact list every single day. So the first call to action I have for our teams is to have a list of 100 people that you will be able to contact in the next 30 days.
Can I add something to that?
Yes.
I just want to tell you guys too, kind of about my list, because there was a time at the beginning where I lived off of my list, and then I stopped using a list, and my business definitely fell backwards when I wasn't using my list. And so in the last 3 months, I've started really using my list again, like pen to paper list. And so I made a big giant list, and then I've just been, 3 to 5 people that I am contacting off of my list every day. And I'm also, so every other day, because they say, follow up with people every 48 hours. So every other day, or every day, I follow up with the people that I contacted the 2 days before on my list. So I have my whole list, and I make marks for each day and who I contacted on what day. So I have the little date next to it. So I do my 3 to 5 new invites or relationship building. Then I'll go back and follow up with the people in the last 48 hours. And then as people tell me no, or not right now, or I'm too busy, I put them on a separate list, which is a not right now list. And then I also have another list rolling for the next month. So right now on my list for October, I already have a list of like 30 people on my October list. So as people come to your attention, come to your mind, or you friend request new people and they've accepted it, start adding those new people to your new list or to your existing list so that you can just keep going.
And that helps also have an organized power hour, because that's another thing, going back to the basics. You should have a power hour, regardless of what time of day it is, whatever works for you. But if you have that contact list organized and ready to go, you don't spend 20 minutes of your power hour trying to figure out who you're going to talk to. You already know. So you start off, you do your invites, you do your follow-ups, you do your forming with the people that you want to form with. It's all right there in front of you, and you're not, and I know I'm guilty of this at times. So I know everybody on our team probably has done the same thing, because It's pretty common. You go on Facebook and you're like, okay, I'm going to invite. Who should I invite? And all of a sudden you're scrolling through people's Facebook feeds and you're looking at cute puppy pictures and
it takes forever.
Right. And 20 minutes later, you haven't sent a single invite, but you've seen a lot of cute kids and a lot of cute animals and you've wasted your time. So if you are just more focused and organized with your contact list, it's going to help you in every other aspect of your business. So, and on, like you were saying, to move your people into your October list, it also will help you not let people fall through the cracks. When I first started doing this, that was a huge problem for me, is I would have people tell me, no, not right now. So rather than put them somewhere that I would remember to follow up with them, I was just so excited to move on to the next person because I had plenty of people at that time that I totally forgot about them completely. And like 3 months later, I'm like, oh, they told me they wanted to do that, but just not right now. So,
and even a lot of people will tell you specifically like, oh, well, after Christmas, or after New Year. So when you put them on your not right now list, put the date or the month that you're going to contact them again.
Exactly. Perfect. I actually keep my active people. So I have 2 lists. I have my contact list, which is all my people that I keep track of. But then I have an active, I guess you could call it a 10 in play list that I keep on a whiteboard in my living room so that I always have those names right in front of me. So I never forget the people that have actually told me, I do want to do this, but I need more information, or, but I need to wait till next week, or whatever it is. I always have 10 people I'm working with that are ready to say yes. They're just waiting for something in the immediate future. So I never want to forget those names. So if you don't have a whiteboard, put them on a piece of paper next to your computer or in your office or on your refrigerator, whatever you need to do. Have those names out in front of you so you don't overlook them, because one of 2 things are going to happen. They're going to just not do it because they're excited that you forgot about them and they don't have to commit to anything, because it's a scary thing to commit to a challenge group for some people. Or 2, somebody else is going to follow up with them because there are a lot of Beachbody coaches out there right now, and they're going to sign up with somebody else who was more thorough. So that's all I wanted to add on the contact list. So the contact list is basic. And that's what we're going back to basics. That is the first thing that you need to have when you start Beachbody coaching. If you don't have a contact list, you don't have a game plan. So 100 people on your contact list. And I know some of you are probably going to watch this video and think that that is crazy talk. 100 people is nothing. I think I have 1,000 people on my contact list right now. So to come up with 100, that doesn't mean 100 people you're going to invite tomorrow. That's 100 people that you know. Don't even think about the fact that you might invite that person. Write down the people that you know. I have like 30 cousins. So right there, the third of my list is done. So am I going to invite all 30 of them? I don't know. Not right now, because some of them aren't ready. But then when I'm writing these names down, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, and their spouses. Oh yeah, and this person and this person. Oh, and I know this person through this person. And your list is going to just blow up like wildfire. And then you're going to have so many people to contact, you're never going to have that panic moment of, but I ran out of people to talk to, which I have heard that a lot recently from people. So, and I remember feeling that way, not that I ever actually ran out of people to talk to, but that I would run out of people to talk to. Because when Molly and I first started, I think we were doing like 10 to 20 invites a day. We were like gangbusters out there blowing things up. And I really did think, like, at this rate, I'm going to run out of people to talk to. But you really don't. And I remember it was probably Andrea or Nicole telling me, like, you'll never run out of people. And I thought, yeah, that's easy. Whatever. No, you don't, because you're constantly meeting new people. So what I started doing to wrap my contact list up is at the end of each day, I think of 5 new people I came into contact with on that day I can add to my list that are not on there. And there's always someone, the cashier at the grocery store, another soccer mom that you saw at a soccer game, someone that you ran in at the pickup line at school. Just because you put their name on there doesn't mean you're sending them an invite tomorrow, but it puts them in your mind and you start thinking about it. And when they're in your mind and you're thinking about them, opportunities come up. It may be in a week, it may be in a month, it may be tomorrow, but they're there and that door has been opened for you. So that's why we stress the contact list.
I was going to say another really helpful thing with your contact list too is you can start, you know, if you have a little spare minutes here and there, you can look at your contact list and pick people out and just go to their pages and like or comment on some of their stuff. So they'll start seeing you, and then they'll start recognizing that you're liking their posts, and then they're going to start recognizing your posts in your newsfeed because
they start popping up on theirs.
So
yep, exactly.
when you do invite them, when you do finally get around to it, they're already thinking about you. They already know what you're doing.
Right. Well, and in talking about real quickly about Facebook relevancy, because that's hugely important. I don't think it's a secret to anybody. I'm a Beachbody coach. It's what I do. I would have been shocked to think that there's anyone on my Facebook that does not fully know what I do for a living. However, recently I have come back into contact with a couple of old high school friends who I have been Facebook friends with for 10 years, so however long Facebook's been around. And I got a message from one the other day saying, I didn't know you were a Beachbody coach. Tell me more about what you do. And I'm like, okay, this is not on me. I'm not sharing enough because I do, but my stuff wasn't relevant to her because I hadn't been communicating with her in any way through Facebook. And she's obviously somebody who's not on Facebook a lot. So she probably hops on, posts a couple pictures and gets off. She doesn't probably scroll Facebook like some people do. I started liking and commenting on some pictures, and all of a sudden my stuff started showing up on her page. And now she knows I'm a Beachbody coach. So you can do the best job in the world of putting yourself out there, but you have to have that other side of commenting and liking so that you actually show up. So then what do we do when we have our contact list? You have your 100 people. Then you need to start going through it and see, who am I inviting today? You need to be doing 3 to 5 invites every single day if you want to move your business forward in a professional business way. If you're doing it as a hobby, you can do less. If you're just wanting to get your shakes paid for, you could do 1 or 2 invites a day. But if you're wanting to make it a business and make a full-time income, you have to be inviting at a minimum of 3 to 5 people every day. So you're going to look at your list and you're going to pick 3 people and you're going to send an invite. And whether that be a direct invite because you're comfortable enough with them already that it's like, I'm doing a challenge group on this day and I would love for you to join me because, and tell them why you want them to join you. People want to, we like hearing nice things about ourselves, and we don't most of the time. We don't get a lot of compliments because people hold compliments back before they share the negative for some reason. So what I always do when I invite is I pick the person I want to invite and then I write the reasons down. Why did I think about that person? Is it because they're positive? It's because they're upbeat. They have lots of energy. They're into fitness. They're already inspiring people and they just need a little bit more direction to do it this way. Write it down and then tell them, and you will get a positive response back no matter what. Even if it's a no, it's going to be a positive no, which is not scary. I mean, I think that's what we all fear, is that someone might tell us no. And that's not a big deal. I think I've heard 3 no's today already. So you're going to hear no, and that's totally okay. But a positive no isn't a big deal. It doesn't hurt. It actually, you end up coming out of it feeling like you had a great conversation with someone. So that's what you need to do. Pick the people that you're going to, let me see if that was somebody. Nope. Pick the people that you want to invite and send them some sort of invite. And what I teach my team, and I think Molly does the same thing, I don't consider, please join my challenge group, send an invite. That's an invite, obviously. But just connecting with people every single day is part of the invite process. And the actual call to action of joining you might be, messages down the road of a conversation that you're having with people. You have to build the relationship. You have to build the trust. They have to know that you're interested in them and not signing them. So 3 to 5 connections with new people every single day, 3 to 5 new conversation starts every single day. That's what I consider inviting. Sometimes it might jump right into invite. I've had a few people that I've messaged. Actually, Jeremy St. George, I think, might be one of them. I just casually sent him a message one day asking him, what he's been up to and if he'd seen what I've been doing. And he was like, I've been waiting for you to call to message me. Yes, I want to sign up. So there's people out there watching you right now, what you're doing. If you're posting all the time, waiting for you to talk to them. And the only way you're going to find them is to start working your way through that contact list. So pick 3 to 5 people. And then if you're not comfortable, some of you guys have been at it longer than others. So if you're not comfortable talking to them by yourself, invite them to a 3-way phone call with Molly or I. We are here to help you. You can do three-way Facebook chats. I don't find those nearly as effective as a phone call because they can ignore you if they want to. And a lot of times they will. But get on a three-way phone call, listen to how Molly and I bring up the conversation, talk to people, and find out what their goals are and what their path is going to be. And then 3 or 4 of those phone calls, you're going to be good to go on your own. So I know nobody on the call right now, but I know people listening to this later. There's a few people on our team struggle with phone calls. And I get it. They're nerve-wracking. I still feel that way about phone calls if it's somebody I don't know really well. So you can ask my husband. I'm like, I'm going to cancel. I'm going to tell her I'm busy. You just have to suck it up and do it. And you know what? It's kind of funny because while I dread almost every single phone call I've ever done and ever will do, I get off the phone going, I feel charged. That was so fun. It was so much fun talking about our goals. And she's so excited and I'm so excited. And it's a great feeling afterwards. The worst case scenario never happens. So, and honestly, the worst case scenario is they hang up. So no problem there. So that's what we need to do. Contact list 100 people and then find people for your three-way phone calls or get them on the phone yourself. And I'm really stressing phone calls, people. Like, it's your voice sharing your passion is so much more powerful than this Facebook stuff. So I hid behind Facebook for a good year. So I feel ya on that. I seriously probably never got on a phone call for the first year I coached. It was after that when I realized I needed to. So then the third and final back to basic we're going to go over today is challenge group. And Molly and I have worked over the last probably 3 months really fine-tuning a calendar that works for us. And that calendar includes a specific start on a free group every month, a specific start on a challenge group, a specific start on a coach open house, and a specific start on a coach basics if we have people ready to go into it. We are going to share that calendar on our page. It'll probably be pinned, although I don't want to unpin what I have on there. So maybe we'll make it the cover. I'll be talking to Jeremy about that.
Idea.
So we will share what we do. This is just going to be a suggestion. It's not going to be this is how you have to do things. This is what Molly and I have been doing for about 3 months, and it's working, in my opinion, marvelously. It takes so much stress. Takes so much stress off of the planning aspect of things when I can look at my calendar 3 months out and know exactly when all my groups are starting. What I want to do is open that up for our teams, which we kind of wanted to do, but it hasn't been happening that way. If you want to add anybody to our sneak peek groups, we will have them always. The second Monday of every month is a sneak peek group. This third Monday of every month is a challenge group. The fourth Monday is when our coach basics will start. So that leaves the first Monday is our free group. And I've added a few of you guys into my free groups to kind of see how we run them and stuff, but I want to encourage you guys. That's the one group. I want you to run it by yourself. You could add Molly and I into yours and we can help you run it. But we are adding, I think, upwards of 50 people into our free groups every month. So if I'm adding 50, it gets a little confusing. And if I'm the one running the group, and this is the problem I run into, if you guys are adding your people in and then silently watching me run the group, they're asking me questions. And when they're ready to sign up, they're like, but I don't want to sign up with the person invited me. I want to sign up with you because you're actively participating with me. So the free group's your opportunity to get to know these people. I do not run my free groups the way a lot of other people do. I don't have set posts. I did when I started and they're not working. I let the group lead itself. Basically, my free groups are a week of learning how to prep your food, what you should eat, portion control, daily easy circuit workouts that you can do in less than 30 minutes. It's kind of like a mini version of the 21-day fix. But so the only posts I have daily circuits that I post each day. And then I have basic ideas and I don't reuse my videos. I do them spontaneously each morning for my group. But that creates conversations. People are watching that And then there's like, I'm getting a lot of activity in my free group. So by the end of the week, they're actually sad it's over and they want to continue. So that will lead them to eventually, they're not all ready to sign up for a challenge group right now because it costs money, but eventually it's in their head and they're thinking about how they can make it work, and eventually they'll make it work. So that's why I really encourage everybody to do their own free group. We will help you get it started and help you run it, but you need to be the active participant in the group. Even if you have 2 people in the group, that's totally okay. And not all groups are super active. I know we've had a couple people who have ran their own free group this month, and I've gotten messages from them saying, how can I make it better? No, no. Just because people aren't actively participating doesn't mean it's not a good group. They're getting the information, they're reading it. You can see how many people have seen your posts. So some people just don't like to participate on the page, and that's totally okay. And once in a while, you'll get a group of people that don't participate on the page. So don't chalk it up to the fact that nobody participated, this group's awful. Stay active, private message those people, because obviously they don't want to post out on public, so maybe they'll talk to you privately. So individually check in. I send check-in messages with my free group people twice during that 5 days, just to make sure they're seeing the posts and making sure they're checking in. So that's our back to the basics wrap up, basically. So that's what you're going to see us really focus in on October. Pick a challenge group day. If you want to launch yours the same day Molly and I do ours, totally fine. You can add people to ours. That's fine. We'll just have to make sure that you're actively helping us post and commenting. But have that date, because when you start your inviting, you have to have a deadline for people. If you're just like, yeah, I'm going to do one, but I'm waiting to get enough people, then they're going to be like, okay, then I'm going to wait to buy. They're not going to sign up with you right now. If you say, yep, I'm doing one, it starts Monday, and you have until this afternoon to order, they're going to be like, oh, I better go order. Trust me, it works. So pick a day, stick to the day. If you have 2 people in your group, then you do it with 2 people in your group, and you just move forward. Those 2 people are just as important as the 10 that you wanted to have. So just move forward. What I will do if I have a really small group is I'll just ask some coaches to join me in there so that we have enough people to keep everybody motivated. Molly, is there anything you want to add?
Nope.
Okay.
I like it.
All right. Well, that's what I wanted to share today. I just really want, what I would love to see is everybody back at Emerald in October. By the end of October, everybody should be able to reach that Emerald rank. And it's so important because it pushes your business so much more forward too. So by the end of October, everybody should be, and then well on their way to even Ruby and Diamond. It's not out of the, I mean, once you start getting the process down and seeing how it works, it starts rolling like a snowball. It's like you'll be having a blast and you won't even notice that it's work. So start contact list, just to recap. Get your contact list of 100 people, and I would love for you to please post a picture of your contact list on the page when you reach 100 people. You don't have to, I mean, we don't know your people, so it's not a big deal if their name's on there. So just post your picture, and then pick each day 3 to 5 people and commit to inviting 3 to 5 people a day for the month of October, and then pick your challenge date. So just to give you guys an idea, my challenge group actually did get postponed this month. I am starting my next challenge group October 5th. So anybody that wants to add to that, that's totally fine. So if somebody wants in my October 5th challenge group, they have until the 2nd to purchase, because my first week is food prep info. So they'll have their kit in time to start the workouts the following week. But so if you want to use that as your challenge group, that's totally fine. So it starts on the 5th, and kits have to be ordered no later than, I always say 5 o'clock on the 2nd, because that means they'll still ship that day. All right. And if you guys have questions or comments or anything like that, speak now, which I know one of you can't. So comment. We'll get this posted as soon as we possibly can, and you can put them in the comments. All right. With that, we will end our meeting and let you all go about your afternoons.
Hey, thanks, Cindy.
Bye, everyone.